Cut a vision, cut it to tell me. You know the rules, you definitely know how the fuck we play, you heard? Yes, indeedy. Another one. Live and direct. First and foremost, before we get this started, we must salute the OG, the legend, Melly Mel. He set law, he set a stance, he set truth, he set foundation, he set a mark. What he said, this is where we're going to stand with it. This is where it's going to end. This is where it started. And this is the formation. And this is the foundation. And this is where it ends today. All this back and forth talk, all this FBA talk, all this, we started this stuff. Listen, let me explain something. One thing you're not going to do, and one thing I'm not going to allow you to do, is undermine the Bronx. You're out of your fucking mind. Let me explain something. See, a lot of you motherfuckers is getting it confused. A lot of you motherfuckers is getting that Melly Mel and saying, oh, why he changed, why his thought on where hip-hop created and what it was, why is it all changed? You motherfuckers got it real fucked up with this FBA movement bullshit. You got it real fucked up. Tariq Rashad put up a documentary called Microphone Check, and you put Melly Mel in the documentary, and you show Melly Mel, and then you have him talking, and you're making it look like, yeah, see, Melly Mel is saying what we saying. That's not the subject matter, and that's not what it had. Melly Mel is in that documentary because he's one of the fathers, the forefronters of this hip-hop movement. That's why he was in the documentary. So what you motherfuckers is doing, you take old exploitation films, black and white films, and you put a motherfucker wearing a suit jumping on stage somewhere in 1966, 1955, and you say, you see? See? That's hip-hop. See a nigga jumping on stage, flipping up and down in a black and white. You know, the color of the viewing is black and white, and dudes is bopping, moving around. Like, see? That's hip-hop. I say this to say this. Let me land this plane. Ray J fucked Kim Kardashian, right? He's the first one to fuck on camera, right? Remember he got that song, I Hit It First? In 2025, what the fuck does that mean? Him fucking her, what the fuck is it doing for Ray J's career? Kim Kardashian fucking Ray J, what the fuck is doing for her career? So you showing all these black and white shits and having niggas rapping and putting words together and niggas jumping on stage and flipping that just because it was in 1955 or 1940. And you say, you see? This is where hip-hop was at. Let me explain something to you stupid motherfuckers. We're black people. All that shit you showing is just showing that. This shit is in us. We live this shit. The bloodline stream is flowing. We wake up to this shit. We do this shit. Slave fields, all that shit. It's in us, the music side, to be, connecting. But what you motherfuckers don't understand, there's levels to this shit. What Melly Mel is about to confess and about to break down is the levels of how hip-hop started. See, you motherfuckers can been in them black and white films, flipping and doing this and jumping on stage and rapping and b-boying and but here's the difference between you niggas then and the niggas in the 70s movement. You niggas was jumping on stage and hustling the hiss and the hiding the who and the hiding for master. Yes, sir. Yes. I'ma be a monkey. I'ma be a monkey. Yes. Yes, sir. You was doing all that shit for the white man, right? It was either that or get your ass whooped, right? It was either that, yeah. Instead of you sleeping in the fucking cornfield tonight, you can sleep on the couch because I got some cotton for you to pick, nigga, you big strong nigga. Those are the motherfuckers that you seen in them films and them shits back in the day. Yipping and yapping and for master. The difference between the motherfuckers in the 70s, when we constructed the form and when we was doing the art form, we was free. Wasn't no nigga on our back. Wasn't no motherfucker whips on our back. We wasn't being hung. Our babies wasn't being sliced out and getting kicked the fuck in. The white man wasn't raping us. That's the difference between what you see in these black and white films and these motherfuckers jumping up and down and hollering and tooting and say, you see, that's hip-hop. Y'all motherfuckers wasn't free. When the formation started in the BX, Kool Herc, Flash, Bam, when we started setting foundation in the Bronx, the difference between then and now is that in the 70s, we claimed it in the Bronx. We grabbed it and said, wait a minute, this is our expression. This is our art. This is our movement. We held it dear to heart. We started claiming it when the world was like, this ain't gonna work. We was claiming it when we had nothing, when we had no source of income, when there was nothing coming in to say, this is what we stand on, this is what we do, this is what we live. We free men. And we're gonna rep this art form. We're claiming this art form. We're grabbing this art form. You niggas were performing it. You niggas was showing the art form, showing the skill. But you was under fucked up conditions. In the 70s, when we grabbed it, we were free men saying this is our shit. That's the difference, motherfuckers. All you out of towners, you fucking motherfuckers that are not from New York, y'all want to try to feel like y'all created this shit. Let me explain something to you. Show me on the Brand Nubian album, All for One. When was FBA ever spread it out? When was it even spoke upon? When niggas was wearing the medallions, the red, black, and green? Who was saying FBA? Show me. Let's break down on what Melly Mel said, because what Melly Mel said is law. It's law. Let's listen to the legend, the OG, speak.
And the legend king himself, Grandmaster Melly Mel. What I want to try to do is bring some kind of clarity to a situation that's been floating around. And as a matter of fact, just to try to get it off the front page, you want to put, little weirdness on the back page. Now they got this whole thing going on about who started hip hop and who, whether Puerto Ricans was the backbone or whether black people was the backbone of the culture. Now it's no wrong answers. I don't believe in right or wrong answers, but it's results. Now this is the bottom line. Now that everybody got their opinion, so now this is my opinion. It's no black culture. Like hip hop is not black culture. Hip hop is Bronx culture. All the shit that made hip hop, the building blocks of hip hop, it was formed in the Bronx. The first popular DJs, DJ Kool Herc, Bronx cat. The first turntablist, Flash, Bronx cat. The first guy to do the scratch, Grand Wizard Theodore, is a Bronx cat, right? The first MC, you're looking at him. I was born and raised in the Bronx, Monsignor Hospital. The Bronx culture is hip hop culture. So the fact that if you got two different sides arguing,
let's stop right there and just talk about that clarification right there. Because the OG said a lot, but a lot of people is getting fucked up and they're not taking the words of what he's saying. You see them names that man just called out? Left out Bam. He even says Bam name later, so we ain't gonna get into all that. Those motherfuckers claimed it. Those motherfuckers claimed it. Those motherfuckers acknowledged it and said, this is our shit. You motherfuckers was just doing it for a hobby. You motherfuckers was just doing it to impress massa. You wasn't free men doing it. Ray J fucked her first, but she wasn't really important till Kanye married her. He claimed the shit. You see the difference? See where the plane is landing? You can fuck that bitch first. That's fine. But she moves differently and accordingly and more productively when I finish dealing with her. Real talking shit. You see a hoe slutting fucking a lot of niggas in the projects, sucking fucking whole projects. Ain't no money getting involved. You look at niggas and fuck that. I'm speaking real experience. This is me speaking now. I'm talking real. I'm talking about my personal life experience right now. You see the shit going on? You're like, well, yo, what the fuckery? What's going on? I see great work. I see work ethic, but I don't see no exchange of money. Grab that bitch. Ma, you doing it all wrong. Now there's value because she's under my wing. Now it's money being involved. Now your family looks at you differently. Now you dress differently. Now you feel better with yourself. Now your parents looking better at yourself. Them niggas in the projects dying to touch you. You're not even coming around them. From grandma coats to fur coats. You see how the shit changed? So just because they was fucking the bitch doesn't mean there was value involved in the motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Let's continue on. You motherfuckers from Virginia, St. Louis, California, such and such, here and here. Don't get mad because y'all was out there doing something, but you didn't claim it. The Bronx, we claimed it.
About the culture of hip hop, you didn't even say none of the Bronx guys' name. Like it's like all this we shit. Like you French. Who's all the we? First of all, whoever's speaking about that, you wasn't even there. I'm there. I'm 16, 17 years old. I'm looking at Herc and them. If you want to talk about hip hop culture and having being beneficial for somebody, then why ain't he supposed to benefit Herc? Why you can't ask Cass or somebody? Ask somebody that was there. You're just going to take it upon yourself. Oh yeah, well so and so started the culture. At the end of the day, the people wasn't even really behind hip hop like that. You want to know who was behind hip hop in the very beginning? Bronx was behind hip hop. That's who was in the parties. And you had a couple of people from the outer boroughs, and they came in, but the whole thing happened in the Bronx. This whole conversation is supposed to benefit the true founders and builders of hip hop. But you never even asked him. Did you ask Herc? Did you ask Biggs, or did you ask Flash? Well, Flash, what do you think about? Oh yeah, foundational Black Americans. We was Afro Americans probably back then. It wasn't even it was no foundational.
I ain't never heard that shit. Not in my motherfucking life, like back then. I never heard anybody, not the God bodies, not the 7%, not Christians, nobody ever said, this foundational black thing of ours. I asked a personal friends of mine, when did you hear that phrase? One of them said after New Year's Eve when the ball cracked. That's what one of my homies said. Shout out to Real Lil. I asked him personally, when did you hear that frame that he said when the ball dropped? Gap Murder from the Math Hoffa show, his side dude, the guy I be rapping with. He was on the report card show with the white boy. He said when Fat Joe said what he said, he didn't even know what FBA was. How the fuck are we to the point where there's so many men of ages? We're talking men that's in there. I'm not even talking about Gap Murder. I'm just talking about personal, friends that I know and people that I know. How is it this men that's almost touching 50 are now just hearing about FBA, and y'all gonna try to tell us that y'all the foundations of when hip hop started? How so many black men don't even know what the fuck that is? When you say FBA, I said it to another person. I said, when did you use FBA? His reply was, what is FBA? The nigga older than me. How is it so many men that's in their 50s just now hearing about this shit? And you gonna tell us y'all the foundations and y'all started this shit? You must be out of your fucking mind. Fuck out of here.
Black Americans, it wasn't the people wasn't behind hip hop other than the people that went to the jams in the Bronx. And let me just say this: when hip hop was first spoken, like in the connotation of it being something, it wasn't even a term of endearment. This is what people used to say. Now we just called it. We was just jams. We was just out in the jams. We jam. So now people would come up to me and say, Mel, you got to get a job because that hip hop shit ain't gonna last forever. That was the first term that involved hip hop. That's what people used to say. And after that, then it became something. After it became
that hip hop shit ain't gonna last. Where the fuck was FBA being referenced at? Motherfuckers don't take documentaries, don't take old exploitation black and white films and put it together and say, you see, that's hip hop. No, motherfucker. No. It had no value. Put it like this: the Sugar Hill record. That shit didn't hit record charts in the billboards until 1979. That's when hip hop started turning into the form of the record business. It's charting now. Now we're trying to make songs to chart. There's value now. Yeah, there's a motherfucker that did it before and said it, and you didn't create it, you didn't claim it, you didn't stamp it. You was just doing it. You can have a lot of women that you're sleeping with, but it doesn't mean nothing until the value comes in when one of them ladies say, here. Don't it feel different when a female does something? A lot of you niggas can't relate to this, so I apologize. But when a female does something, you finish with somebody and then go, here. That's a whole different feeling that you niggas don't know about. So I'm saying this to say this. Motherfuckers was out there. You was doing, but you wasn't improving. You wasn't making it grow. You wasn't claiming it. When a motherfucker tell you, yo, that hip-hop shit ain't gonna last, that's a motherfucker that's standing on firm and saying, I'm for this hip-hop shit. Melly Mel was one of them. Where was them FBA motherfuckers at that time? Please show me.
A culture. Then it became a positive term. So the point that you're trying to make is pointless because first you wasn't there. It was only Bronx cats in the very beginning. All this hip hop culture is really Bronx culture, but with culture, see, everybody could do it. So I'm not saying that everybody's not in on it. You are in on it, but it all started with the basic three crews: Flash, Bam, Herc. Then you get into the numbers group.
You hear that? It stops right there in the discussion. That's the foundation of hip-hop. It stops right there. It's no back and forth. It's no, oh, this is when it was doing it back in the Jigaboo stages. This is doing it when whips and chains is on our backs. Nah. Stop that shit. You motherfuckers is mad. You're trying to undermine the Bronx and trying to make people push away to the side and make it claimful to be to the point where 30, 20, 40 years down the line, y'all gonna try to do this to the Bronx. Push it to the side. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. You out of your fucking mind if you think we're gonna stand up for that shit. You might as well drink cow's piss.
The fearless, you know, the furious, you know, the treacherous, breakout, you know, the funky four. Then it goes to everybody else. But by then the table is set. All the original B-boys, they from the Bronx. Even the music when they say, oh yeah, hip hop.
Melly Mel sets law. This is it. All the back and forth. It ends today. Today we move forward. You can listen to these other clown motherfuckers if you choose to. Today it ends and we move forward.
That's what we was doing. Catch a groove, all that. And if you look at the groups,
it ends today.
The greatest, as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest hip hop.
January 19th, it ends.
It was a bunch of white boys and maybe one black guy. Most of the beats when Run DMC did Walk This Way, that was a hit 10 years hip hop wise. It was new to the public at large, but hip hop wise, that's what we was doing. It was Bronx music that everybody else built a living around, and everybody else made even more popular than what it was. But it all started out with the X. And everybody took this. Wakanda took that. That was the Bronx. Look at the nickname of every other borough: Crooklyn, Moneymaker Manhattan, Shaolin. The Bronx was what? The boogie down Bronx. We was party. I'm still a party. I ain't even go home yet from last night. This is what we do. So going back to what I'm saying, to have this whole thing racialized, hip hop is not divisive like that.
Nope.
We wasn't counting heads. Oh yeah, okay, 9 niggas and 3 Puerto Ricans. We wasn't doing that. We wasn't looking at people like that. Sha Rock, the first female MC that really, she rocked with her. I didn't look at her like she was a broad. She was a good MC. When I first seen Crazy Legs B-Boy, and for those who don't know, I started out as a b-boy, and I'm a second generation b-boy. It was guys that Trixie and Southside and them, they was b-boying years before, I was a kid. When I'm 13, 14, it was b-boys. With the first time that I seen Crazy Legs, I didn't say nothing about Puerto Rican. I just said these guys, they hell of a b-boy. Let me find something else to do. And then we started MCing. You see what I'm saying? It's not a thing to be divisive. That whole thing, we gotta put all that on the back page.
What's the point?
Who's black? You know what I mean? That's not the issue. And the glory is supposed.
So since you motherfuckers can't get it together, you want to be like, oh, it's a black thing. Oh, no, Puerto Ricans 50-50. Y'all can't come together. Lord Jamal says, sit down and let's debate. Nobody did that. Nobody came across like men. So today, it ends. It's not a black thing. It's not a Bronx thing. I mean, it's not a Puerto Rican thing. Hip-hop music is Bronx music. And it generated worldwide. It ends today. This is a Bronx music. Deal with it. You motherfuckers is mad? Oh well. You'll live. You live. Gutter Vision Entertainment, you know the rules. You definitely know how the fuck we play. The bullshit stopped today. We're not going to even further. Melly Mel said so much more. It stops today. The madness ends. This is a Bronx creation. Period.